So I asked for the right to speak in public forum, as I'm entitled to do, and like yourselves, I was turned down.
Advice: on balance, taking a conservative approach, we recommend that in order to preserve the integrity of the procurement process for the current Waiheke waste tender, that the request to speak at public forum at the City Development meeting be denied.
The Waiheke Community Board respectfully asks Auckland City Council to place on hold any tender negotiations regarding waste collection and transfer. We ask that Auckland City continue with the status quo until such time as the Establishment Board has determined what powers the Waiheke Community Board have regarding this service provision.
We just would like understanding and sensitivity and appropriate decision making because we are surrounded by water.
I represent a group on Waiheke called Waiheke Does It Better, and I believe that you have received maybe several hundred postcards.
That's correct.
From people of Waiheke. If there's a major deviation from that waste management plan, that we need to be consulted, and we have clearly not been consulted. And this is despite strong messages coming from the community since, I believe, December last year, when there was a 300-strong public meeting. So that's my first issue, that we believe that there's been a fundamental lack of consultation, and this process should never have got this far. We shouldn't be here.
I have absolutely no legal training whatsoever, but I do know natural justice when I see it, and I do not understand why we cannot debate matters of principle. In other words, the general methodology that's being used, which is what I understand the people from the Island talk about. It's not about choosing between company X and company Y to deliver the service.
No, hang on. No, Councillor East.
Well, I'm asking that question because I don't understand.
Well, it's been explained already.
I don't believe it has.
Well, I believe it has.
No, we've been delivered the bottom line of what their conclusion is, but what is the
All right,
rationale for that?
Mr. General Manager, please.
Well, through Mr. Chairman, that will be debated next month when you've got all the information, the tenders. That is the basis on which the principal advised that we should debate it. When you've got the information from all parties.
It's nothing to do with choosing between...
Councillor East, that's enough from you. Councillor Casey.
Is that natural justice?
One of the submitters talked about inaccuracies in the report, and specifically that the 120 litres should have
Yeah,
been...
I think that's actually been addressed in previous City Development Committee meetings.
And the final one was just with regard to special consultative procedures being required if there's any change to the waste management plan. Could you just respond to that? Is this seen as a change that would trigger that?
All the issues will come back next month when we bring the matters back before you. But we don't see any reason why the council. We believe the council will have a number of options available to it, and we'll be able to decide which way it goes, consistent with our waste management strategy. Yeah, the statements made can preclude a councillor from being able to participate in the debate and the decision-making process.
Could you give an example, because I'm not clear as to what I can or can't say, and in fact it appears to be a bit of a gagging order type situation. Can you be clear of the sorts of things that shouldn't be said?
The Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government said that the Establishment Board will actually stop councils from acting in ways that lead to decisions that preempt the actions of the new council. The Establishment Board has not yet been set up, but we're in danger of making a decision contrary to the principles on which the government is directing the Establishment Board to operate in the transition period. Because the Royal Commission report says quite specifically that the two Gulf Island boards will have enhanced powers, or should have enhanced powers under the new structure.
That we do have our own waste management plan, and it was developed under special consultative procedures. And it says a guiding principle specific to the Auckland, to the Hauraki Gulf Islands is that waste be dealt with on the island wherever possible. Those are the guiding principles. And for us, even again, to trash our own policy, to me is it's a waste of time making it if we're just then going to trash the policy and not have any adherence at all to that policy.
When the policy states categorically that we should deal with waste on the island, or whatever the words are, it doesn't matter, why would you then ignore that and go out for tender on processing waste off the island? That's my question. I don't understand that. Given the Community Board's resolutions of September last year, way before the tender process started, totally rejecting wheelie bins. And that came to this committee. And then there was the survey of about a couple of thousand people saying no wheelie bins. So the community made it very clear almost a year ago that they wanted the waste management policy of this council to be followed. So who decided not to follow it? I'm sorry, I don't think this is a policy question. So who decided not to follow it? Because if you were following it, you would have asked for tenders, and stop me, but to process the waste on Waiheke Island, didn't you? That's the question I asked you earlier, John, which you didn't answer. You said it will all be sorted next month. My question is, let's go back a bit. When was the decision made to shift our policy position? Who did it? And why didn't we consult over it before we went out to tender?
When the council agreed to go out to the tender process, as Councillor Donnelly indicated previously, it agreed that we would go out on a range of different options, so there would be significant choice available to the committee when it made its decision, and that was made by this committee. I need to check the dates, but it was sort of 4 or 5 months ago, I think, but it's in the minutes anyway.
Yep. All right, Councillor Mulholland.
Why
Councillor
did we
Mulholland.
decide to go out in a range of options when our policy is quite specific?
Councillor Mulholland. Councillor Mulholland.
Their political decision.
Could I have some order, please? Councillor Mulholland.
I'm just concerned that if I voted for this, to stop all tendering and all process, I understand that the contract for the existing operation ceases in June or July, that there would be no waste management on the island. No. You know, you wouldn't like an island full of rubbish all over the place. So I am going to vote against this. And to wait the information so that I can actually know what is the best for the island.
Councillor Mulholland?
No.
Councillor Raffles? No. Councillor Betnaga?
No.
6 to 2 lost.
No.
Mr Chairman, can I just explain to those that are here, only members on the committee get to vote, so that's why some people that spoke passionately in favour of the amendment aren't registered up there.